Hey everybody, welcome back to Mildly Interesting, brought to you by our sponsor, once again, my quality content clothing line, which isn't relaunched yet, but I'll let you know when it is at qualitycontent.com. So keep it in mind until then, while I keep it on my mind, literally. Okay, let's start off with number 20, actually. This might be weird as a mildly interesting thing, but I'm currently watching over there a daddy longleg and a house centipede, like facing off against each other. I don't know if that's something to be proud of taking place inside my house, but I don't know why the daddy longleg is picking this battle, because the house centipede is like way more massive, and I feel like the daddy longleg would get absolutely wrecked if the house centipede decides to pay attention, but it like walked near the daddy longleg's web, and the daddy longleg is like kind of tracking it and stalking it, and I'm like, bro, you don't know, this is a bad battle for you to choose. You're gonna get wrecked if you try to engage on this thing. But he's still trying to, okay, I'll keep you apprised of the situation. Let's start off with number 19, giant lemon off of our tree. That is an absolute unit of a lemon, but it doesn't look all that good. It just looks kind of shriveled and a little bit too pale. Wait, I'm seeing, oh, okay, house centipede has elected to walk away from the situation. Appears to have tracked a little bit of web because he's tracking a little bit of dust, which I assume is stuck to him from the web. Daddy longleg, meanwhile, looking a little empty inside. Looking like he had an opportunity, but didn't get to take advantage of it. Daddy longleg, that was a battle you didn't want to pick. This is the best outcome you could have hoped for, okay? Anyway, I wonder if lemons, they like the other lemons on the tree, like, bro, you're stealing all the nutrients. We're all shriveled over here. Meanwhile, you don't even look good stealing them all. It's completely pointless. If you hadn't done that, you could have been a nice, smooth, yellow lemon, but now you've ruined us all. This Lego set has loose change in the couch. It's actually really funny. Do they tell you in the instructions to put that together? Because you didn't go and like just find it this way, right? I assume you had to construct the thing, and so you just looked at the step in the ingredients. You're like, oh, it tells me. Okay, so that's what this is for. I literally just hide this underneath one of the pieces. I was wondering. I saw this little 5-piece in there, and I didn't see it anywhere on the build. Got it. You manufacture this so that I can hide it under the couch. I wonder like how much that cost in development in order to get that piece mass manufactured, also that they could just hide it under another piece in the set. Probably like a decent amount. All for a gag. A vibrant and clear spectrum of colors refracting through my apparently prismatic window onto my arm. I mean, that's an accurate title. Bit of a mouthful, but an accurate title. It has a very vibrant window, but rainbow, but can we see your apparently prismatic window? Because I want to see where it came from. I might have just take your word from it that you didn't just paint a rainbow on your arm or something like that. I need to see the window, okay? I feel like this is half of the photo here. The inside of this tree looks like a fish. What if it's actually a fish fossil though? You found a fish that it swam up and then it unalived, and then the waters started retracing hundreds of millions of years ago, and then the fish fossil became encapsulated inside of this tree. And what you actually have here is something that scientists would like pay millions of dollars to have off your hand and study. Or you could just sell this fossil to a collector for millions of dollars, but instead you haven't realized what you have on your hands, and you're just like, oh, cool fish thing in tree. Heck yeah. And then you used it as firewood. Wonder if anything like that has ever happened before, with someone making some crazy discovery that they have no idea, and then they just throw it out. They use it as firewood. Most of the time, they'd probably never actually end up knowing. I wonder if anyone ever has figured it out after the fact, though, and been like, wow, oh, cool. I threw out several $1 million. Oh, that's good to know about. I wish I could have just remained ignorant about that fact instead of being another Bitcoin pizza person. My girlfriend's office used to be a bowling alley. The original lanes are still there. That's cool. Keep the floor. Recycle. Recycle the wood or just keep it in place, build the office over it. I don't know, that's pretty nifty, I think. If it ain't broke, other than possibly causing people to slip all over the place. Why are bowling lanes so slippery, dude? And it's usually, if you're wearing the bowling shoes, this one is really, really slippery. And I'm like, why make us wear the shoes that have absolutely no grip if we're just gonna go flying on our butts if we accidentally go into the lane? Which is probably a super amateur move. I realize none of the pros out there ever end up inside the bowling lane. but have you seen people go bowling? Okay, you got to account for the lowest common denominator there. And if you're in an office space, you also probably don't want to risk your employees suing you for falling on their butt because of slippery floors. Liability. Things to consider in a litigious society. I really just brought down the mood of this whole post. The tree I found grows into itself. Where did it start, though? Did it start at the bottom or did it start at the top? How do we know? I guess it kind of looks like it started at the bottom, and it's like, it's just carving its way up through itself. Tree, why are you punching yourself? This is counterproductive. Is there something else there that's causing it to do this, or did the tree just get really mad at itself and it was like, I deserve to feel pain. My leaves aren't as green as the others in this area. All right? I don't deserve to grow this tall. I'm gonna bend my branch into myself. It's okay, tree. Don't be so hard on yourself. Jeez. Or maybe it's just like trying to create a cool little ring that dogs can frisbee jump through. It's all the people in the park who were doing this so their dogs could jump through their arms. And then I was like, I want to do that too. That looks fun. So we can think of it in a more positive light too. I actually Robin Hooded an arrow. Didn't they try to do that a whole bunch in a Mythbusters episode? And they like had a very difficult time actually making it happen? Beat the Mythbusters at their own game. That's pretty impressive. I mean, this was also a very long time ago, so maybe the arrow compounds are different from what they used, and they're more conducive to splitting an arrow, but still, that'd be a heck of an accomplishment to hit the bullseye and then just, that'd be sick. My son was born with a black spot of hair in his blonde hair. It grows in black, and there's no birthmark or discoloration under it. I actually have not as dramatic, but a similar sort of thing on the back of my head where I have like a slight light blonde patch. And I don't actually, maybe there is a discoloration under it. I actually have no idea because I've not shaved my head. But I don't think there is. And yeah, it grows in that way. Maybe it'll blend in more when all my hair is gray, which isn't that far away now. But it's in a similar area too. Mine's a little bit more back from this, but also like on the right side, I think. So maybe, dude, we're the yin and the yang. He's got the blonde with the black patch in it. I've got the dark brown with the blonde patch in it. That's pretty cool. My aunt's cat has the word no circled in his fur pattern. No. Do not pet. I am not friendly. This the genetics knew from birth this cat was not going to enjoy being pet there, so they just conveniently put a sign so that people would be aware. And then nobody listened. And a lot of people got scratched. And that's how that worked. I mean, it's like, it's kind of on that borderline area, starting to approach the stomach of the cat, where a lot of cats not into it. I don't know why. Some cats are just like, they're okay with belly rubs, but most cats in my experience just, you want to get destroyed. You can try to do a belly scratch and you're not gonna have a good time. Saw a live snake in the local Goodwill store. Is it for sale? Someone brought the snake in and was like, hey, I'm donating this snake. I'm moving to a place that doesn't allow snakes. So, here you go. And they were just like, okay, just let it free in the store. We like to keep our snakes free range. And obviously, the right person to take that snake home will be the one who is happy to pick it up from slithering around wherever it is inside the store. Also, we have a rat problem, so this will be very helpful to us. It'll just hopefully take care of that, so thanks for bringing this in. We appreciate it. The sun on my window made a rainbow that's split in half by my chair leg. You should talk to Rainbow on the Arm Guy. Or what if this is Rainbow on the Arm Guy? It's just a different place. What he does is he just puts a bunch of different things in front of the window that does the rainbows, and he's like, this is pretty mildly interesting, isn't it? Hey, watch, let me do another thing with this rainbow here. I'll put it on my arm. I'll put it in front of the table. Wow, look, this rainbow is super mildly interesting. It's not really splitting the rainbow, it's just that it's a shadow, right? So it's just like these parts are continuing because they're not obstructed by the chair. I guess the mildly interesting part is just that the chair happened to kind of be right in the middle of the rainbow, not the fact that the chair leg splits the rainbow, because that kind of makes sense. So yeah, it's probably Rainbow Guy. Is it Richard Mclovin? And what do we have down here? Nope, it's okay. It's just an alternate account. That's what it is. This crack in the pavement filled with a stained glass cat portrait. Stained glass in the pavement? Oh, that's tile. I was like, wait. Of all the things you would do to fill in a crack in the ground, stained glass doesn't seem like the medium that you should use because it's probably just gonna break. But that's cool. Okay, a little tile pattern there. See, I wonder if people, do they get approval from the city to do something like this? Or do they just do it? And they're like, I mean, is anyone really gonna complain about something cool to fill in a crack in the sidewalk? I would hope not. I would hope people can appreciate it. Or if, I don't know, police drove by, they'd be like, oh, okay, no, it's cool. That's actually a cool thing that you're doing right there. But at the same time, someone from the city is gonna be like, no, but what if somebody falls here and then they cut themselves on the edge of the tile? We can't be liable for this sort of thing. So no, that's not gonna fly, dude. That's exposing us to that liability in this very litigious society. Sorry to bring it back to the whole litigious society thing, but here we are. That's the world we live in. This piece of wall that got rounded out by the sea kind of looked like a pastry from the thumbnail. It was like a wall. That looks just like it's a cinnamon roll or something. I was like, this is delicious. It looks almost like a pillow, dude. I'm sure there are pillows out there that they look like bricks, and it's like, haha, bricks are usually hard, but this is a pillow and it's soft, but it looks like bricks. But this is actually bricks. Water just does some crazy things. Water is the enemy of all man-made construction projects. It just destroys them, as evidenced by this rounded brick wall that looks like a cinnamon bun that is making me hungry, that I want to order sugary things now and eat. My childhood doctor's office is a mini door installed for younger patients. I'm wondering what it's a novelty, but also it's like, can't they fit through the big door? I guess you get to feel like a big kid walking into the doctor's office by yourself, like, whoa, Mom, I can handle this screening on my own, okay? If you must, you can take the big door over there, all right? But I've got this. I'm strolling in solo, and nobody needs to help me as I'm about to get my finger pricked, okay? I can handle these finger pricks. I've grown up from last year when I was crying about it. I'm gonna take it without a single tear being shed this time. Maybe the door does build confidence, all right? Maybe they did a study, and it actually is like, it's pretty cool what it does. A customer mailed this tube with a tongue depressor attached to it to prevent it from rolling around. Smart, I guess? I mean, yeah, I'm surprised that it made it all the way without the rubber band coming undone, honestly, but I don't know, is it bad if it rolls around while it's being shipped? I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, kind of interesting. Yeah. Found my old cell phone with the optional clip-on chat board for easy texting. Oh man, this reminds me of like actually it's probably still offered on like Xbox controllers, the thing that you clip onto it to be able to type things out, because it's still a pain to use the joystick to type things. At least you can always connect a keyboard. You could do that, I think, even back on PS3. But I just have never done it ever since then. But yeah, wait, that seems like it'd be, I don't know, you'd be holding it down here, and then that's a big phone. It seems like the leverage would just cause it to like bend off of the attachment, or it's really gonna be wearing on your hands. Like you're gonna be holding it down there and you're like, this is a lot of force that I have to hold this thing up with the phone weighing down on it right there. Bro, that's crazy that you could text on the OG antenna phones with the black and white screens. I didn't realize it was introduced then. I ordered a 119-year-old book online, and quite a few pages are uncut, meaning no one ever read it. I don't actually know what that means, the pages being... Oh, is it like, you know how pages kind of stick together when they're chopped, and so it's like, he kind of had to peel them apart so he knew that no one had turned that page before? That would be me. Anyone discovered half the books in my house 119 years later, it'd be like, he didn't read them either. At least I could have a book that goes for a Mildly Interesting post if Mildly Interesting is still around in another 120 years. It's okay, it's probably just someone who was like me, who's like, oh, I guess that's a cool book, and then I got other things I'm doing other than reading right now. I'll get around to it eventually. Never got around to it. There's a live crayfish defending the rice aisle in my local Asian market. It's doing like the, the claws up in the air. Oh man, how does that even, did it climb out of the tank? How did it get there in the first place? How long can they survive outside of water? Doesn't the dude need some water? He's not defending it. He's waving his arms at you like, yo, I'm opposite of drowning over here, okay, please. I need a little bit of water. I need to remain damp at least. Can you help me? I'm really trying to get everybody's attention, but they seem to be running away because they're scared I'm gonna attack. I don't know how else to do this. How else do I signal you humans? And the top for the last month. Our electrician left all the screws in a vertical position in our new kitchen. That's nice. I wouldn't have even noticed something like that, but yeah, he's been waiting for someone to appreciate that for years. You might not have messaged him directly about it, but hopefully he'll notice this post having made it to the top on a very, very major subreddit, and he'll realize all of his work that had been thankless until now has actually been appreciated, and it made it all worthwhile. So he thanks you, I'm sure. And I hope you said something to him, because he's been hoping somebody would for a very long time. When things go really right and smooth, and you do your job, they don't appreciate it when it's something that they take for granted. And so you've shown some love. Anyway, that's it for the last month on Mildly Interesting. I hope you've enjoyed. Make sure to like if you liked, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell, turn on notifications if you're not already. If you want to catch the last Mildly Interesting, click the end screen up here. Latest Merry Music upload down below that. There's also a playlist of all the Mildly Interesting stuff in the description, and I'll see you next time.